Hey everybody, welcome back. We're looking tonight at Opendoor stock, which is down by around 10% in today's trading. We'll be looking at what this means for the stock, what we're looking at going forwards as well. If it sounds like a good episode, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But again, as always, remember, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. I'd like to remind you as well, though, I now have a Patreon page. You can find the link down below. I've given you guys today a extensive market update article alongside with 4 of the stocks that I am personally paying attention to at the moment, one of which I think has 10 times potential. So again, you can find that link down below. It's first in the description. I do think that you get a lot of value for the price. Anyway, let's jump straight in now and look at the action with Opendoor stock. Now we'll do this on a simple chart first, where you can see over the past 5 days Opendoor's momentum has been now turned red. Things were looking relatively good until we've seen this drop since the 19th and obviously coming into this week too, which has taken us down by a total of 13%. Over the past month, you're now seeing that we are green, but again, we've taken that time to cool off. Now, I thought that things were looking very good for Opendoor stock, and I saw a very high possibility of this stock finding support levels in the 880s, high 880s, low 890s. However, this obviously does appear to not be the case. I think now, given what we are seeing, we have levels to look for that could be lower than this, and this could be a key moment for a cool off in this stock. Now, even with the drop that we're seeing today, a few things to note, especially in the short term. You come out here and you can see that the RSI is still relatively high. We are coming much more towards neutral. We're definitely nearly there, but we are now still in the high zone, right? However, you come out here to a bit more of a wide time frame, maybe looking at the past 6 months or so, and you can see, again, as that cool off does come in, we are hopefully going to find the stock find a bottom. Now the question is, where is that bottom going to be? I'd like it to be much higher than levels in the $7 range. You could be looking for a support around about $7.60, but again, that wouldn't be ideal. That wouldn't be ideal at all. However, it is a possibility that you do have to brace for. Again, if we look to a more tight time frame, maybe the 1 month, we're actually seeing an RSI which indicates coming towards oversold. So we're definitely getting interesting signals depending on which way you look at it. Now, one thing that is also interesting to note is that we have seen support levels briefly around this 859 mark early way back here. So you could be looking at that as a point of note, right? But really at this point, being as we've dropped below these levels, it's about hoping that we can find a new support higher than the $7 range. Anywhere in the 8s would be great. We're trying now to establish this support. Is this a level that I would be cautious at? Honestly, it is a little bit. Again, long term, I am very bullish on Opendoor stock. It very much depends on what your opinion is. A lot of people are going to see this as a great buy-in opportunity, and I would say it very much depends on what your strategy is. I know a lot of people in the comments think that Opendoor stock's going to go to $20, $30 in the next couple of months, maybe more. If that is the case, it could be an interesting entry point anyway. Again, not financial advice. But if you're in here for the short term, well, is there that potential that you could get a better price maybe in the next couple of days? Well, of course, it is a possibility, and it is something to consider. I think at the moment, the momentum could continue to be bearish until we do find a solid support. And again, these are just small price moves, depending on how you see it, right? If it drops down to the $7 range, the high 8s, so the mid 8s, I should say, the low 8s, to some that may not matter. In my opinion, it is a possibility. However, if we do begin to find some stability tomorrow, if we find the support round about where we are now, higher, lower, it'll give us a bit more context as to what we're looking for into the next few days. But yeah, this is not the best sign, to be honest, guys. Again, I would have liked to find that support in the 8s, the high 8s at that, I should say. Doesn't appear to be the case. Again, if we don't see this one hold the 850s, the 860s, and continues to drop to the low 8s, we have a lot more questions that need to be asked, and of course we will be asking those as time goes on. Not necessarily the worst result today, right? It's giving indicators time to cool off. We're still above a key level of support, or just touching on it. We could potentially bounce even from here, 860, right? That is a possible scenario, but again, that would need to be a bounce pretty sharp. And you could see that coming tomorrow, but of course only time will tell. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it down in the comments section. Again, Patreon is linked as well in the description. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Goodbye for now. You guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day? I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from 1450 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.